speak the sound of laughter, I speak the sound of pain, I speak the sound of beauty and rain. I speak the sound of darkness, of colors, of sand, of yellow.
I'm Matthew Zia and I'm the director of The Sound of Yellow. I walked into this office one day and Imogen, who's head of Taking Part, said, "We'd like you to direct a play which is a community response to the Peter Brook version of The Valley of Astonishment." This sounded hugely exciting, just with regards to 60 participants from various walks of life coming together to make a show. When I was first contacted by the Young Vic and they started explaining what this piece was going to be, they told me that there were 3 different groups of people they were working with who were all on a rehabilitation program and at various stages of rehabilitation. There were some people who were much further along on their 12-step program and some people who were halfway through.
My name's Nick Calder. In The Sound of Yellow, I'm playing a little kid. When I was a little child and I was getting abused by my dad, physically abused. But now I feel so much confidence in myself that I don't even go red anymore. I do suffer from social anxiety and that hasn't even come up once.
I am Daz Afari Judas Mallard, usually just known as Daz, and I have recently been through Kairos, a charity that deals with rehabilitating drug addicts, and I'm still with them. And what's actually going on is huge, and I thought it'd be some little thing, and it's a really big do. I am like really excited and feel like really privileged I got involved, but at the same time, I'm utterly horrified. And even today I'm thinking, should I just not go? If I don't go, it won't matter, right? The play will go on, you've got a script, someone else can play me, it's not the end of the world. But it's me, isn't it? It's my part in it. So yeah, so I'm like, you know, both parts, utterly excited, completely terrified.
I knew that we needed either a poet or a lyricist or a writer, and we found Francesca Beard, who's absolutely brilliant at what she does, particularly at eliciting stories in a way that feels safe for the contributors.
But then you put it the other way around and made me try and think of what my son couldn't tell me. And I wrote this. My dad left when I was 7. Ripped my whole world apart. I didn't know what to do. I cried every time I had to say goodbye for hours. And now when I see him, I always tell him that I love him. Well, what I can't tell him is I hate him a bit too. I didn't even realise in the colour. Yeah. Just came out of the blue. It kind of messed me up a little bit.
To have these stories come at me and for people to bear their soul, I think, well, for me, but for all of us, I think it was an incredible privilege. It felt really, it felt like an honour, but it also felt that we were all in it together. I think with working with the groups, going in and doing the workshops, it felt very much like a collaboration. I was also very heartened that they were interested in talking about the experience of recovering from addiction or homelessness through synesthesia, which automatically made it very interesting to me.
Synesthesia, very simply put, is when one sense is connected directly to another sense. So that the colour blue, a particular shade of the colour blue could suggest a feeling, a real feeling. So people who have synesthesia may say that when they smell lavender, they feel a tickle on their elbow.
And what we wanted to get in rehearsals is a sense of play, because the production is going to be really playful in terms of it being a sort of visual feast. We're trying to give the audience a sense of what it might feel like to have synesthesia. So it's been really important for us to see how play in rehearsal rooms translate on stage with the playfulness of synesthesia.
Splat! 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 Splat!
if someone comes along and is petrified, sitting on the bus on his way here because he's never come out of his comfort zone in that fashion before, and he's put on a suit of armour because of the things that have happened to him in his life, and he comes here and he doesn't know if he can get here because of all of his insecurities and his doubts, and everything that's held him back at other points in his life start to affect him again, and he still walks through the door, and he comes in and he performs in front of 30 people 8 times, people he'd never met in his life, and he shares his story with them. The power of standing up in front of a room of strangers and talking is huge.
It's undoubtedly the most exciting thing I've ever been involved in.
I feel it's one of some of the best work I've done.
Yeah, they've been amazing people, and I'm so glad to be working with them.
That's what theatre is meant for. It's meant to instigate dialogue, to allow cohesion, to allow people to have cathartic experiences, and that's what taking part does. That's exactly what this department is for. And theatres that don't have a community department, an outreach department, a schools department, a 2 boroughs project, they're failing at what they're meant to be doing.
Shining